Okay, next lesson is about pucker and blotter in After Effects. Next lesson, pucker and blotter. So what is this? In Adobe After Effects, pucker and blot is a shape modifier used to distort layers by either pulling points toward the center. Okay, that means that is a pucker, or pushing them outward from the center is a blotting. In the reverse it is. So pulling points inside, that is a pucker, pushing them outward from the center, okay, is a blotting. This effect is particularly useful for creating complex shapes and unique animations from simple initial shapes like circles or squares. The functionality: pucker and negative values, applying negative values to the pucker, and blot property pulls the edges and points of a shape inward towards its central anchor point. This can turn a circle into a star-like or spiky shape. The blot positive value, so that means we are adding, okay, this is a negative value pucker and this is blotting. Positive values push the edges and points of a shape outward from the center, inflating the shape. This can make an object look round or swollen. So key characteristics: the shape modifier, it is primarily used with shape layers and is added via the add menu within the shape layers properties in the timeline panel. Animatable, the effects properties can be animated over time using keyframes, allowing for dynamic visual effects such as a shining star or inflating object or a pulsing animation. Okay, so this you can animate. Here, layer stack position, the layer stacking order, the position of the pucker and blot modifier within the layer stack determines which shapes within that layer are affected, providing granular control over complex compositions. And here a creative potential: by combining pucker and blot with other shape modifiers like zigzag or round corners, users can generate limitless variety of intricate and interesting designs. Use cases: so where we use all these pucker and blotter: to creating animated starburst or shining effects like stars, some effects, inflating or deflating shapes for bouncy or jumping animations, generating abstract and intricate motion graphics elements, quickly modifying geometric shapes into more complex forms, right? So let us check practically about pucker and blot in After Effects. Yes, this is composition, new composition. Take the object, suppose here this is my rectangle. Here I am using ship. Okay. So here see the fill and stroke, the stroke value, the stroke. So I'll apply the color. Say okay. And if you want, you can fill the colors also. For timing, I don't want that. Keep this here in center. So how to make this center? There is a side we have properties. Okay. In the properties, here we have align. So here we have align. So keep this align layers for this is a center, right? This is the center. And after placing this, the shape layer, see this timeline here, this is the shape layer. So for the shape layer, there is a contents. Okay, so open the contents here, and here it is. Add button is there, right? It's showing add button. Click here. Okay. In the previous class, we have already discussed about the offset pulse. Now pucker and blot. So click on that. So when you click this, automatically the edges, the shape a little bit has been changed. Okay. That means in a default some values has been applied. Okay. We'll check all those values. What are those? Okay. So here, see this one. So pucker and blot. So open this one. See, there is an amount is there. In the default it is showing this 10 amount, and I am pushing this back. So I am using the minus amount. This is a pucker value. Okay, and now I am using my right mouse, dragging right side. The mouse I am dragging right side. So this is what blotting. Okay. So I am using 0. So let's come back to normal. Okay, here we have the stroke. You can use the stroke, color, and the opacity, stroke width. So you can change all these things as per your requirement. Then we have fill option is there. Fill, the color and the opacity, and here transform rectangle. So this is the anchor point, position, scale, skew. For the animation, this and all, right, we use. Now here, open this, and here we have some options also there. The butt cap and meter join. First let us apply this amount. Suppose here I am adding the toggle ability, so I mean a stopwatch, key pose added here, and move this here, and I am using the value this much. Say this is 100. Now see, this is slowly it is what? Play this one. I am using my space bar here. Now see, now slowly it is getting into that design. Okay, and now if you want, you can extend this up to here. So here I am using copy, and here paste. Now see, this is coming and going inside. It's animating, right? And here what I am doing, I am experimenting here. I am adding the minus value. So here I am using the pucker value. So this much. So let us say this is minus 100. Now play this one. Right. So say you copy this one. Copy this frame. So paste here. And now play this one. Okay, first you delete this one. So delete, and you can use the paste. Copy. and paste. Apply this one. Yeah, this is nice and beautiful. We can now play one more, so add one more here. I'm using ellipse. This is my ellipse up to here, right. And I'll take this color, so okay. Now here, open this, and the value here it is showing. The value here it is showing ellipse. Okay, after this circle, again what I am doing, I am adding the current blot, and now see the value here it is showing, and this is a 10 by default, so I am giving the negative value here, and move this up to here, and I am giving the positive value. Now let's play this one. So here they are giving the beautiful animations, right? Now change another one. Suppose here you can experiment with this, okay, and here the points they are showing 5 only. Let us take 10 example, and of course you can change this color. And here we can apply the current plotter. So open this one, the 10 points here. I am giving these points increase and decrease if you want. Suppose here I am giving this much, and after this I am increasing this much. Now play this one. Now see, these are adding the points, right? Now here I am adding the minus value. This is, and here I am giving the plus, of course this much, and play this one. And let us use another one. So here I am using polygon. This is, and make this a center. Okay, here again I am adding a current blot, so the value is added here. Open this here, and suppose I am giving again the negative value. This is the pucker value. And the end point, the last point, here I am using the blotting, so up to here. Now if you observe here the the ending point. Here it is showing a line cap. And now see here, we are using a line join actually, right? So this is a line cap, means if you draw on a straight line or a single line, so that will apply here, but it is a line join. Suppose this is the line join. First it was the meter join. See there, the end points here, it is showing, right? The round join. And if you want, you can change this to bevel join also. So I am keeping this to a round join. Now see, play this one. This is creating the beautiful, nice animations, right? So basically, these are useful to create kind of the motion graphics and some line blinks and shape animations, star-like animations. So many things we create with this pucker and a blotter. This is all about the pucker and blotter.